All right, so welcome to the third and final video of our introductory set. This is actually my second time recording this because I did the recording, listened to it, and had audio issues. So I spent all day yesterday kind of resetting up my audio, the chain of which how I'm recording everything, everything. So if this is going up, that means at least this trial run has worked. But this video is going to be much shorter than the other two. I'm actually kind of surprised that my first two videos even got any views because I did nothing to try to get it out there, just threw it up. And I had somebody message me on my Instagram and just said, we still haven't seen your full collection. Fair point. Because I did just do a time lapse. All I did was show, I guess, the important cards, the holographics. And so I did create a Collectr account. And I created two portfolios. And I'm linking them in the description. But the first portfolio is my actual journey and what I'm trying to collect. So it shows everything that I have to date. So you can go see every single card that I've got. And then the second portfolio I'm making are the duplicates. So anything that I have extra of, just in case, if somebody really wants something, we'll work something out. And if you're in the DFW area, maybe we can trade some stuff. But if anybody's trying to finish out their set and they need a couple of the regular cards, we can talk. But those are the extras I've got. If I ever get any more extras through whatever methods, I'll keep putting it up there. But that is how you can go see what I currently have. What I'll do to finish out this video and this 3-part series is I'm going to put up the cards that I am searching, the hunt. And so we'll look first at the base set. So the way this works is on the left-hand side are the non-holographic cards from base set that I'm looking for. And on the right side are the holographic cards that I'm still missing. So the big ones are Alakazam, Blastoise, Chansey, Clefairy, Hitmonchan, Magneton, Mewtwo, Ninetales, and Wigglytuff. And so those are the cards that I'm after that are strictly from base set. But there is something unique about this one. And it's this guy right here, Pikachu, first edition, Red Cheeks. So from what I've learned, and I'm still kind of learning a lot about the sets. I mean, I was just trying to collect back then. I knew nothing, just opening packs and throwing them in a binder. But from what I understand, when the cards came into the United States, we printed out a first edition. And they weren't really sure how many to print out, so they were pretty conservative by today's standards. And it initially was a Yellow Cheeks Pikachu. But I guess from what I can tell, somebody made the assumption that that was wrong and they should be doing a Red Cheeks Pikachu. So in the middle of that printing, they started to create some Red Cheeks Pikachu. So that's why you can get both Yellow Cheeks and Red Cheeks. So please feel free to correct me if I'm wrong at all. And provide sources so that way we can learn together. But I got this just from reading a bunch of stuff. I should provide my own sources. Point is, you can only find Red Cheeks Pikachu in the first edition. Now, I have the Unlimited set. That's when the United States realized, oh my gosh, Pokemon's going crazy here. We need to print more cards, but we're not going to call it first edition. We're just going to call it Unlimited. Same cards, same artwork, just without the first edition stamp. And so I'm just going to go for the Unlimited edition. I'm not going to go bend over backwards to try to get the first edition cards because I'd be starting from scratch and that's going to be a lot more money than I'm already having to put into this. But I do want that Red Cheeks Pikachu just because it's part of kind of, the fun part of it. It's kind of part of the lore. So I do want to get that one just so I can say I've got it. Now, that being said, somebody out there might say, well, then what about the Black Dot Air Charizard? And from what I can tell with that is that there were some Charizards, and I've seen one on the internet, where there's like a little black dot at the very bottom, kind of where it says like the year and all that kind of stuff that the cards were printed. That's more of a printing error, and that's cool. I from what I can tell, that there were a lot of them that are printed, so it kind of is part of a set to some people, but I'm not going to worry about that because A, Charizards are already hard enough to get your hands on without having to spend money, and B, that would just be making me go get another Charizard, which you're going to find out I do need to get one more. So that is base set. Everything else from here on out is a little bit more simpler. Because then we go into the jungle set. I do need a lot of these non-holographic cards, but I still need a few holographic. So again, left side is non-holographic, right side is holographic. Then we go into fossil. That's where I actually need most of the cards. This was the one, and I still haven't done the video. I should follow through with it and just do it. It's probably gonna be a 3-minute video. But fossil is where I actually had most of my fake cards. So I did mention that I had some fakes in my set. And I do know for a fact Aerodactyl was a fake. Golem was a fake. Haunter's not a fake. It's just that I have base set 2 Haunter. My Hitmonlee was a fake. What else? The Amistar was also a fake. So and the Sandslash. So a lot of those were fakes. There might have been a couple other ones, but I have a lot of cards to go hunt from the fossil set. Same thing with the holographics. And then that leaves us with base set. You'll notice there's no non-holographics that I need because base set 2, I should clarify, base set 2, that was just a reprinting of various cards. Most of them came from base set. There were a few from jungle and fossil that got reprinted, especially if it was their first time appearing in jungle or their first time appearing in fossil. They might have got a reprint in base set 2, but it's the same artwork as their very first appearance. So what that means is I already have it either from the base set, jungle, or fossil. So I'm not going to worry about getting the duplicate that's in base set 2, but I do want the holographic. So that's why I need a ton of those. I have the base set 2 Blastoise, which is why you don't see that one here and you see it over in base set. But I don't have the Charizard or the Venusaur base set 2. And that's how my video kind of started in the second part of this series, was talking about the big 3, and one of them was not the original base set, which is a bummer. So I have a lot to go after, but the good news is I've already gotten some of these cards, and unfortunately, like I said, I had already done the video, so I had already sleeved them up and went through the process of putting them in the binder, and I didn't want to go out and come back and get it. But I'm going to highlight the ones that I got, because I did write it down so you can see which ones I've already gotten. The only one kind of worth note is that I did get the holographic, what was it? Venomoth, or is it Venomoth? I guess it's Venomoth. So I got the holographic from Jungle, so that's one of the holographics out of the way. I got a lot of non-holographic. So what happened was, after my son and I didn't get anything from that estate sale, which that video will be coming out soon. I haven't recorded it yet, so good thing I don't have to go redo it. But we were a little bummed out. So we went to a local card shop, introduced ourselves, met some of the people there, and they had a bunch of Pokemon stuff. All the valuable stuff was locked away, but they also had some basically bulk that we can look through. And so I had a good conversation with the guy. I wanted to get the Venomoth because that was the only one that I saw that actually had value, because at the time the market price was, I think, $35 or something like that, and I got it for $31. And the guy there was just nice. He told me that if there were any of the non-holographics that I needed, to just take them, which is crazy because some of them they still go for like $2 to $4, and I got 12 of them. So that was actually pretty nice. I mean, it was very, very nice for him to say, take them. And that's how I want to do this. I want to make connections. I want to trade. If I'm going to buy cards, I want to support the local small ownership stores, just because, I want to give to them. I love TCG, but I don't want to go buy these cards from TCG, right? It's a hunt. I want to enjoy finding these cards in various places, estate sales, people that are willing to trade some of theirs if they've got extra, like I do. I have extra, and if somebody needs them, let's see what we can do. Maybe you got something that I need that's a duplicate for you. I don't know. So that was a fun, basically, first experience of getting some cards that was missing and that I needed. I was very happy about. I got the Aerodactyl, Golem, and Sandslash. So those were 3 cards that were fake, and it's just nice to kind of. It's nice to kind of get the real cards in there, because You know, it was demoralizing. At one point, I thought I had the entire set, only to eventually learn, wait a minute, these cards are fake. And so you live and you learn. Hopefully, you guys will get to see me complete this journey at some point. I will make updates when there's about a dozen or so cards that I have to put in the binder, and we'll remove the cards that I get, like we're doing right now with this graphic. And so we can see what remains. And I'll be updating my Collectr account so you can see what's in there. But that's about it. So this is the end of the 3-part series. I appreciate you listening to the boring stuff, because I'll admit it, this is the boring stuff for a channel. Getting to know who I am, watching a time lapse of me doing a binder, looking at some holographics that are they're better to see in person, but at least you can see some old cards. Like I said, maybe some of you were just being nostalgic. Some of you guys are deep collectors and you just want to see what this guy had. And I'm working towards it, right? It's nothing to brag about, but I'm hoping that it will be once I complete the set the way that I want to. So stay tuned. We're going to have a lot more fun videos. We're going to see what the estate sale binder sold for, and I'll show you what kind of cards were in it. There was some cool stuff in there. We have a ETB. Oh, my son and I opened an ETB, but I don't know what the audio is like, because that might be a bummer. So we'll see. Hopefully I put a graphic letting you know if it's good or bad. But we're going to do more stuff. We're going to do more openings. I want to do a series where I make my kids play some 90s video games. I've been able in the past to get Super Mario 64 on my PC. So that makes it easier to stream. So I'm going to see what they think about some of those old school games and just kind of see how different we are in their generation from my generation. So thanks for joining, and I'll catch you on the next video.